So this is Lara, everyone. I'm going to ask her to introduce herself in a second. But basically, I just wanted to hop on and have a chat with her. Lara joined the last round of the Mastermind. And I mean, she absolutely killed it, which was really awesome to watch and witness. But I really am just asking her on here today to share her experience with you guys and really just describe from her perspective, what her experience of the Mastermind was, what her hesitations were, what she loved about it, what, that was able to support her with, and just for you guys to kind of hear her perspective on it and just to chat to her because she's pretty amazing. So Lara, would you like to introduce yourself, tell us who you are? And I'd love to hear, just tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and I guess where you were at in your business when the Mastermind kind of came across your viewfinder.
Cool. Amazing. Well, thank you. So yeah, I'm Lara Rickard. I'm a registered dietitian with a functional approach. So just using food and lifestyle factors to find root causes of symptoms. And I specialize in female hormone health. And at the time of the Mastermind, when it came across my radar, I was just at a point in business where I had an idea of where I wanted to be, but I wasn't clear on what that looked like. I wasn't clear on my messaging. I wasn't clear on how to create a work week that worked well for me. There was just a lot of unclarity going on. And I felt I'd been in business for a while, a good few years by this point. And I just felt like I needed a foundation, and I needed a solid start. Even though I'd been in business for a while, I just found like I really wanted a solid starting point that could support me and be a good what are those things called, like a board,
foundation,
like a balancing board,
a
foundation to go forward.
Beautiful. And I remember us talking about that too, where you were like, okay, look, like I've been here for, I've been in business for a while, you've been signing clients, you've been carrying on, but you were feeling like you didn't have that solid foundation to really create growth from. Does that feel true?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. I'd love to hear from your perspective. What was, the main concern that you had, that would have prevented you from joining the Mastermind, or what were any kind of fears or concerns that were popping up for you at the beginning?
I think at the time, one of the biggest concerns was financial. So as we always, when we're investing in something that's worthwhile, that always came up. And I think from there, I was like, oh, am I going to get this back? Is it going to be worthwhile? And I think because I'd seen you and, seen your own journey unfold, and I'd seen other clients and people that you'd worked with get really good results, that really, really helped with that. And then I think the other element of it was just being able to trust myself. Like, am I going to be able to show up for this? Am I going to be able to be consistent? Is it, and I knew I was going home for a bit of the time over the Mastermind. So I'm from Zimbabwe. So I was going back to, I'm based in London. I'm from Zim. I was going back to Zim. And it was just like, can I trust myself to follow through?
I love that. How amazing are you for like having that awareness too? That's so cool to see, right? And I know for you, like you had struggled with consistency a little bit in terms of marketing and showing up. So that was like, you're like, okay, is this actually going to work for me? Is it going to be, kind of, I guess, I don't want to say a strategy, because obviously I do teach a strategy, but it's, very customized. But is it going to be something that really supports you to find your own way of kind of showing up? Does that feel true?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Cool.
Absolutely.
Yay. And so obviously you did join. Here we are. Obviously you kind of took that leap of faith, which was amazing to see, right? And you showed up incredibly in the Mastermind as well. Would you love to share with us, what were some of the results you're able to achieve? What kind of happened for you as you worked in the Mastermind, whether that was like stuff you learned and took away, all that kind of jazz.
That was great. Cool. I mean, there's so much, so hopefully I'll remember it all.
Yeah.
But I think one of the biggest things that I loved so much with the Mastermind was having a group of women together, because it even though we're different, like very different businesses or very different stages of business, it was just so great. It was that really maintained the momentum of just like, oh, keep going, keep going, keep going, and seeing other people's successes or their stories or how they were showing up. That was really beautiful. There was incredible encouragement that came from everyone as well. There was such incredible support that came from you, you know, just like within the Facebook group, if any of us were having wobbles or we just needed insight on anything, I mean, and even from a copy perspective, you know, whenever we needed copy feedback, we had that not only from you, which was invaluable, and like just small tweaks that we could make here and there, and that would then be pretty game changing. But we had other input as well from all the other women who would be super encouraging or had their ideas. It helps in terms of consistency, because it then made showing up less scary, because you knew that there were other people supporting you. Then it just, through that consistency, it just built more and more momentum. So yeah, I mean, those were the consistency parts, and just getting comfortable in messaging and in showing up were so big, such a big part of it. And then through that, you know, we obviously then went more into like discovery calls and how to actually hold them, and how to follow through with them well. And through the mastermind, I was able to you know, get a lot more discovery calls. So there's a lot more inquiries coming through, and then I was able to sign new clients. And so just from the investments in the mastermind, I then got, you know, I made money back within a short space of time. So
yeah, it was incredible.
Totally worthwhile.
Yeah. And I love that thank you for reminding me, because I sometimes forget to even talk about the stuff on the front end. But like, I'm so glad the content and like the copy was so helpful, because I think that's such an integral point of, you know, and I know the prompts, another woman mentioned how helpful that was, but I think it's like getting that direct feedback is the encouragement to keep going too, right? Because it's really hard when we're kind of just sitting behind the computer being like,
yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Hopefully this works.
Yeah, and I think within that as well, it was so helpful, you know, because I know I used to get caught up in the daily stuff of like, is this one post going to be enough? Is this one post, or like, and it's not about that. It's just like bigger picture. And so it's the small daily actions that then ultimately create the bigger movement. So and I think, yeah, and like having that reminder from you of like, it doesn't have to be the, you know, it's one post. Sometimes these posts are life-changing, sometimes they're about cinnamon or whatever. I mean, in my case, that's totally fine.
Absolutely.
Which is pretty life-changing.
I love cinnamon. I'm with you. Yeah, I love that so much. And I think it's so cool to see that too, because you know, you went from feeling like it was really hard to show up on social media consistently, and you didn't know what to say, and you weren't really sure how to kind of intentionally show up to get people to hop on more calls and sign up with you. You also took like, what was it like, were you overseas for 4 weeks?
Yeah, well, 6. I was home for 6 weeks during that time. Yeah, I
mean, amazing. You started to show up consistently. You created a way of like a content marketing strategy, essentially. You got, I can't remember how many discovery calls you got, but you got a fair few discovery calls, and you signed 2 clients.
Yeah.
Which is amazing, whilst having 6 weeks off on holiday.
Yeah, and it was December time.
And it was December. Yes. I love that too, because I think that's like, everyone's like, you can't sign clients in December. I'm like, yeah, you can. The time while on vacation. So I love that. And thank you for sharing that, because I think that's so cool to see that, like, I think it's so normal for our brains to be like, oh, but it's Christmas. Oh, but I'm going on holidays. Oh, but like life has all these other things. And I think it's beautiful to hear, because that's so my intention, that you weren't able to just show up, but it didn't feel like an added burden, and you were able to apply the things that you needed to and still get results despite that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, which is awesome because we want to like live our lives, right? Like
Yeah, exactly.
business is supposed to support that. So I love hearing that because it's great to, you know, that's like such a goal of mine for you not to just sign clients once too, but for you to have really like a process where you know, like, oh, cool, when I do this, this, and this, I know that I can start to bring in clients, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you
Absolutely.
for sharing that, Lovely. Amazing. I would love to know what specific features you liked the most. You kind of answered this a little bit, but anything else that kind of comes up in terms of specific aspects of the mastermind that you loved that was really supportive?
I think our calls were so helpful. I mean, yeah, our calls with you were just always so helpful because we'd get, I mean, the calls and also the resources each week. So like obviously we have a theme each week, and that structure was so helpful of knowing what the different themes were, and so it wasn't just like, oh, we're focusing on a million things at once. We had, you know, we had specific things to focus on each week, and then within that, having the calls that came, well, that you our group calls, I love those because they were just such an anchoring point. So if any, like if there were freakouts happening, I mean, if there were freakouts happening in between, we could always hop on the Facebook group, but I found the calls really so beneficial for that. And your energy within that of just, you know, showing up and like, we've got this and you've got this and let's keep going, and like reframing all the time as well was
I'm so glad. Yeah, because it is a group space, but like the reason I cap it and the reason why we have modules that you guys kind of work through and then we have group calls separately are exactly for that. So that makes me so happy because I want you guys to still be able to get personalized support with like questions on things or things that are stopping you from feeling like you can implement, or you know, whatever it is that's going on. So I love that you enjoyed that. And like, they were just the best. I'm just going to like, were they not the best? Like having like the group is just so incredible, and having that energy together of everyone supporting one another and everyone, just showing up and encouraging one another and really cheerleading each other. It sounds cheesy, but it was just,
and it's so refreshing now, like, you know, to be able to have that, and it's just so genuine, and it's still continuing, you know, after the group, like everyone's still so supportive. So amazing.
Oh, makes me happy. I've almost like, I did another one of these with Belinda and I was like almost crying on it. I'm like, oh, I love you guys.
Really
It was so good. I would love to know if, so we already talked about that, so we'll not worry about that a little bit in terms of the features. So the group was helpful, the group calls were amazing. I love that you guys made such good connections. I was so intentional about the women that I you know, kind of allow in, because I want you all to be the same kind of vibe, and it sounds woo-woo, but it's just like so important for everyone to just be like,
it definitely is,
you know,
on the same page.
Totally. So I'd love to hear if someone's, you know, sitting on the fence or wondering if they should inquire or take the jump. What would you kind of say to them?
Yes, 100%. Without hesitation. Just honestly, it's the thing that I think when I look in business, everything that's happened, it's one of the biggest things that's helped the needle shift for me. So it's 100% worthwhile. You're gonna get such good value. Like it's your support is invaluable, your energy is invaluable, what you learn is invaluable. You've got those, like with the modules, with everything that comes with them, you've got those resources to always refer back to, and I'm still doing that now. So 100% get involved.
Yes, thank you, lovely. I love hearing that it was like a pivotal, you know, moment for you to really like have that foundation feel so anchored. So you're like, cool, here we go, base level done. Now we can kind of just keep climbing. And I'm just so honored to have had you join, and you're just such a beam of light in that group, and so happy for you to hop on here and share with us too. So thank you.
Well, thank you. So absolutely 100%. If you are thinking about it, and I mean, even just inquiring, I know it can sometimes be scary, but just do that and then take the leap.
I'm fun. I'm casual to chat to.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, lovely. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think I spoke quite a lot.
Yeah.
We've covered quite a bit.
No, you're awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I so appreciate you just sharing your before and after journey. And you've and I mean, the cool thing too is that I know we're working together now. But the cool thing is you've just really expedited since. You gained that momentum, and from where I'm sitting, that's what I've been able to see. But I'd love to hear if that feels true for you, if that's felt like something oh, cool. Now I can easily kind of expedite.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Yeah. And I know it's just going to continue. So
yeah. Best feeling ever
in the world.
What's that?
I said, regardless of what's happening in the world, it's still going to continue.
Nothing's stopping us.
No virus.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for sharing that, Lara. I so appreciate you. It's been such a delight to have you in the mastermind, and I just adore you as a human.
Yeah, as do I.
Yeah.
Feeling mutual.
Thank you, lovely.
You're welcome.